Hi everyone, Cindy. This is Cindy, and I wanted to show you some different ideas I had about making these woven pockets. Here is the one I made for this Charlotte's Web book, and it's just some scraps of the paper I used on the signature covers woven through a book page. And then I also took the idea, and I had scraps of paper left from some of the signature pages I wove into a book page, and then I just glued a tag shape on top of the paper and then cut around it, and then I had a tag that's got the woven pocket on it, except it's not a pocket now, and it looks like patchwork quilt, which works great in this journal because there's a lot of quilt designs in it. So anyway, I just had a couple of other ideas for the woven pockets. That one I showed you was made out of ribbon. We did that the other day, and I just wanted to show you. Here's one made out of scrapbook paper. So it's just a book page with scrapbook paper woven through it. Here's one I've already cut to make a pocket. So you can use all sorts of scraps of paper, but I thought, what about if we used ribbon? And that's what we did the other day. So I'm going to do the ribbon again, since this will all be on one video, the ribbon and two other things I've decided to try. One's lace and one's fabric. So let's go, because it takes a little bit to do this. So I've got 2 book pages, and normally if I'm doing paper, I just do 1 thickness because my paper's only 1 thickness. But when I've got ribbon and lace and fabric, it's a little bit thicker, so I glue 2 pages together. Now, if you had a book page, it was a thick book page, and there are some wonderful book pages out there that are like that, you can just do 1 book page. And then we're just cutting strips. Basically, I'm cutting to the words, and that's what Reader's Digest pages are good, because they're great sizes for pockets, and the words can be your guides. So I'm just cutting to those, and I pretty much made it on the other side too. And I did not make my lines straight because I don't want them straight. I like the different unevenness of the pattern, but if you like it straight, then that's great. You do that. You do what you want. But anyway, I'm just gonna have a seat here. Oops. Oh gosh. I just moved the whole table. Are you still there? I may have knocked my camera down in the hole. Sounds about right. I've already filmed this once and then realized I had a name and phone number exposed, so we're redoing it. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. Here we go. I'm going to try to sit in my chair without moving the table. Okay, weaving the ribbon. It's pretty easy because it's fairly stiff, because this is that grosgrain ribbon, and I have quite a bit of it in my stash, just left over from projects from years past, and I just never knew exactly what to do with it because it's kind of stiff. No kind of about it, it's stiff. So to me, it only makes good tag toppers if you just staple it or sew it on. You can't like do a slip knot with it. So I'm glad I found this little project to use a bunch of it up. And I had purchased this ribbon at Dollar Tree the other day, yesterday actually, because I liked it. Had the fall leaf on it, and I thought, let's just try another pocket. I mean, a woven page pocket. So it's basic basket pattern, back and forth, under, over, and I'm trying to line them up as I go as best I can, because I know when I get to the lace and the fabric, it's gonna be not as easy. So we'll just keep going. And the original idea for these for me was, I don't know if it's Al John or A1 John on YouTube. I'm not sure why I think it's a 1, but she should be easy to find. She has a ton of videos, a lot of, I won't want to say cheap, but you know, not expensive things you can do for junk journals and for crafts as well. So you might see if you can find her on YouTube and catch her video on this, plus a whole bunch of other ones. I noticed this leaf on this particular ribbon, it's all going one direction, so I have to make sure I've got the leaf upright, and it's upright to my words in the page, so everything's going the right direction, but you know, it doesn't have to be. ribbon's a little bit stiffer than the pages, so it kind of wants to buckle a little bit, but that kind of relaxes a little bit. So we'll work on that when we're finished. Just grab it. Now on the last row, two things. Okay, so that one came out. Stay in place. It's tighter to weave it in there because you don't have as much space to work with, and you might have to cut your slit up a little bit higher, but you just take that one at a time. And this one I got, looks like I got plenty of room, so shouldn't have any problems. But sometimes if it's kind of tight, you just have to turn it over, poke it through, turn it over, poke it through. But you can get it through pretty easy on that last one. Just grab it, put a corner in, grab it, and then there we go. Okay, now since this is kind of stiff, and see how it's kind of bowing, I just want to spread, oops, don't spread it so far that you unweave it. Get back in place, you. And then start gluing it down. And we do one side, and then we flip it over and glue down the other side. And this doesn't take any time at all. I don't have my paper glued down, so I hope I'm in frame. Yep, I had to get rid of this paper. You don't need it. You're gone. Okay. Once we get these all trimmed, glued down, then we'll trim them. And the weaving will be done. Did I turn it over and glue it? I think I did. Oops. Maybe I didn't turn it over. Before you trim, you should turn it over and glue the other side. That way things don't slip around on you. Okay, and what's nice about this ribbon is either side works. If you want one with the leaves showing and one with just this solid green, then you got it. Okay, there we go. Now that's a little better. Trim that off a little more. Okay, now if you want to make a pocket, you can decide how high up you want it, and you can trim it, cut it in half or cut it in thirds. If you want to, you can cut some of this off, cut some of that off up there. The thing you have to remember is when you cut it, you're going to have to re-glue parts of it because the middle part's not been glued down, it's just the edges. So just whenever you make any cuts, you're just going to have to do a little bit more gluing. So anyway, there's the ribbon, and let's try it with lace. Now I will tell you, I've done it with lace already. Here's some red lace. It's like that seam binding or seam, yeah, it's called seam binding lace, and it's really delicate, thin lace. And it worked doing it. I just had to work. It was a little bit more fiddly because it wanted to curl on me a little bit. But anyway, there's the red that I've already done. And then I thought, the whole time I was doing lace, I thought, how pretty would it be if I had white on this creamy colored book page. Here we go. I have this old book page. There's two of them glued together. When I fold it to do the slits, it kind of has a tendency to break a little bit, but that's okay because it's going to be woven together. But anything that we can glue, anything that cracks. So we're going to try it with this white lace. And this is a thicker lace, so that's what I thought I would try it for sure. And it was just something I got 50 cents at Salvation Army. The length of lace that you might use in ribbon, I think it's going to be somewhere around 4 to 5 feet. I measured this 4 feet, and I put a straight pin in it so we can tell. So see how much of the oh boy, so we got a problem right there, right to start with. Yikes, I could repair it with washi since it could be on the back of the pocket. It won't show, so we'll try that. Yeah, I don't really recommend these more fragile book pages because of that problem there. but I just wanted to try it with the white lace on there, so we're going for it anyway. So just weave back and forth. Okay. So yes, you can repair the pages, as long as you're not going to do both sides. So like that washi tape won't show because it's on the back side of a pocket. I'm in film. I mean, I know I'm in film. In view of the film. Okay, we're still doing okay. Right there. Keep my scissors out of the way. I might go back and glue this because see how it wants to flip up. Let's just go glue this as we go. Make sure that's cleaned out. Nope, I can't even get it in there. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay, that way things won't move around on this as much. Let me know if you guys have tried it, tried making these, or think you might want to try. It doesn't take any more time than other pockets do to make. And you get 2 for 1, or you can cover a tag if you want to with it. I'm not sure about this thick lace covering the tag, but it might work. Okay. We still haven't made my safety pin yet. I'm not safety pin, straight pin. I may have knocked it out. Nope, there it is. So we're about at a yard of ribbon right now. Last row, and it's going to be a little tricky because it's not really tall enough. Don't know what to do with my little scissors, so we'll try these. So I have to cut it a little higher. Most of these are way too short. That one really is. Should be good. Okay, see what we can do. Sometimes you just grab the corner. That's all you can get through, the corner. Can you hear that train whistle or not? We're about a half a mile from the train tracks. Sometimes when it's real quiet, you can hear them. Hear the whistle. Okay. It did not take quite 4 feet of ribbon, so about 3.5 feet, so about 1 yard and 6 inches. So, okay, now let's finish gluing this down. I think did I get that one? Yep, I did. Okay. Yeah, I think the light white lace is really pretty, especially on this darker book page. I think, you know, if you like the older book page with this good coloring, you could glue it on top of a newer book page just so the base of the book pages have some stability and it might not crack as bad. But we only had that one little problem, and you can't tell it from the front. And if you cut it in two to make a pocket, then that's not going to show. So anyway, that one's really pretty. So let's try one more, and let's do the fabric. And I have just 2 strips of fabric. They're about 1 yard each, maybe a little more. And we'll just see how much of that we use. And back to the newer book pages. I don't know how long this video is, but I'll try to hurry it along a little bit. Okay. This is some really nice fabric. It's got a good, I don't know, feel to it, I guess you would say. And it tore wonderfully, and there wasn't a lot of strings. I did take it to my ironing board just because I don't like it when those torn edges roll up, and I knew that would give me problems with this, so I ironed it down. But that's not important. I mean, not it could be important. It's not necessary. What is necessary is making sure you always have the right right side of the fabric facing up. So depending on your fabric, you may or may not have to press down those edges. So, and this I may have to glue as well as I go because it's bending up on me. I just don't want it to come undone. So let's scoot that all the way down. Give it some glue. So, oops, I got it flipped over. Anyway, it takes a little bit of fiddling back and forth to make these, but it's not hard. And you just tell yourself it's not perfect because it's not supposed to be, because the lines aren't straight. And kind of a cool result. I think these fabric ones would be really pretty on the tags. Keep going here. Maybe. twice today. I was filming something and I got interrupted by phone calls, so hopefully they're all done for the morning. Okay. I don't think I can get another one worked in. It would just be way too tall, high up on that page. So I think we're just gonna call that one done. Now, if I don't like the amount of book page there without fabric, right here, I could just cut that down, of course. I'm not sure what these pages measure, but they're like, let's see, 7 1/4. So a half of that would be about 3 1/2, just a little over 3 1/2. So that's not a bad size for a pocket if you cut it in half. So anyway, okay, let's review. Book page woven with fabric, and I have this one, and I have one I did earlier on that older book page. So those are pretty cool. I really like it on this. So I think the trick to this is glue the old book page onto a newer book page, and you wouldn't see it except for the back, and that doesn't matter. Okay, here's the two lace ones. The white one on the older book page, and there's the red one on the older book page. And then I have two, yes, because I filmed this twice. Two of these. You see the difference in the book page, but you can always use your distress ink and make this just look as old looking. Even I would probably do that before I weave. And then of course I didn't show the paper one, but there it is. And there's one of the pockets I already have made. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you give it a try. It's a great way to use up some scraps of your fabric, some of your ribbon that you don't know exactly what to do with, and some of your lace as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.